Hi, this is Krista at The Secret Yarnery. Today we're going to learn how to hold our yarn and hold our hook. To hold your hook, there's two ways of holding your hook. You either hold it like a knife, like you're cutting your dinner, or you can hold it like a pencil, like you're writing a note. So just try which way you like holding your hook, whichever feels comfortable. I crochet in knife hold, but that just feels comfortable for me, and that's all that your dominant hand is doing. So my dominant hand only holds my hook, and my non-dominant hand has to do everything with the yarn. So one hand for hook, one hand for yarn. The tricky thing when you're starting out is that your non-dominant hand has a lot of work to do, and it's not used to being obedient. You know, it's used to just helping out, not being like a star player. So get your yarn. I generally go from the center of my yarn just because it comes out easy, and it doesn't mess up your tension. Sometimes if you go from the outside, your ball will roll, and when you go to make a stitch, you end up pulling and you make a tight stitch instead of a relaxed stitch. So that's just my preference, and I would also suggest it for you. So to hold your yarn, there's a lot of different ways, and any way that makes you comfortable, just hold it that way. But how they teach you, or the general way, is you scoop the yarn up. So this is my tail. I'm not working with my tail. Drop that. The yarn that's coming from your ball, scoop it with your pinky and make like a circle, and then scoop it with your index finger, your pointer finger, and then this is where you would be crocheting. So this is where I would be using my yarn. Other people weave it in and out of their fingers somehow, like that, and then the other hand is doing the hooking. So however you want to hold your yarn, whatever's comfortable for you. I think my daughter does something totally different, and she crochets, I don't know, somehow. Any which way you want to hold your yarn, the point is hold your yarn that way. I hold it terribly, but it's comfortable for me. I've tried to do it proper, but I hold it funny. So you don't have to hold your yarn like me, but you have to hold your hook somehow in one hand, and your non-dominant hand is going to do all the work. So if I'm crocheting on this piece, let me just join it. If I'm crocheting over here, two of my fingers, my pinky and my ring finger, are behind my work, and my thumb is on top, and I'm always holding my work right underneath the stitch. So I'm holding it right where I'm working, and I also move my fingers around. So I'm moving my fingers back and forth, and that's I'm holding my work. And I also hold my yarn up here. So you keep your yarn away from your work, but how you can start to learn is scoop the yarn with your pinky and scoop the yarn with your index, and then hold your work and go into your yarn and start doing your stitches. So there's lots of different ways of holding your yarn, but hold it however you're comfortable. Just keep in mind, half of your non-dominant hand is going to be holding your work right under where you're stitching, and the other part of your non-dominant hand is going to be holding your yarn, or at least keeping track of your yarn. So your non-dominant hand has two jobs, and your dominant hand only has one. Your dominant hand is only using the hook. It takes some getting used to, but give that a try and keep going with the basic Crochet Basics series, and you'll be crocheting any project you want in no time at all. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below, and thank you so much. Like, subscribe, and share, and stay hooked.